What's up, everybody, and welcome to my TNA Impact Wrestling review. A lot of big things happening on the show tonight. As we start off with pretty much the national anthem. We have some New York City, police department, the Army, pretty much playing the Star Spangled Banner and bring out the in-ring debut of Chris Melendez. Pretty much, Army veteran, and since they did this whole just kind of for 9/11 tomorrow, he pretty much made his TNA Impact Wrestling in-ring debut as he went against DJZ, which wasn't that much to say with Melendez winning the match with a Samoan drop. Like, we gotta give him time. He's got one leg. I understand that. And don't get me wrong, he kind of did good out there. Sure, the match was a little and very clumsy, and it wasn't that good. But I believe in overtime, Melendez will get better in his work in the ring. You gotta remember, he's learned. I don't know how long he's been in wrestling school with Team 3D, but he's in TNA now, so we'll have to see if he can make it, because he wasn't signed, but probably just about a month or two ago, really. So we're gonna have to see how Chris Melendez does over the time. Bobby Roode came out and opened the show. Well, came out and cut a promo talking about he felt that he has an opportunity to become a TNA World Heavyweight Champion again, and talked about his match with Eric Young last week, how he respected him, and that he was gonna pretty much be World Champion again until MVP Lashley and Kenny King came out. MVP talked about how this story goes, and that Darth Vader, which is Lashley's gonna win at the end of this story, and says he's gonna be in a hospital bed. He's told Bobby Roode, and pretty much Roode went on to talk about MVP and that Lashley's gonna lose. He knows Lashley can beat him, but he doesn't have the heart and everything to be a champion, even though he is champion right now. And pretty much MVP said that Lashley's going to destroy Bobby Roode for the World Heavyweight Championship, and pretty much Roode said he's not going to do anything about it, but MVP had pretty much said he was wrong, and they pretty much started jumping Bobby Roode in until EY and Samoa Joe came out. Joe says, we're going to do this right now. He says, 6-man tag match. Pretty much was a 6-man tag with Joe, Roode, and Young versus MVP, Bobby Lashley, and Kenny King, which was pretty much a great match, I'll say that. Roode picking up the win with the Roode bomb on MVP winning the match. So it was actually a good match between these two. I mean, in the 6-man tag. A lot of crazy stuff happening. Lashley in the spear on Joe out of nowhere. That was insane. So it was a good 6-man tag. Brittany was talking to Gunn, asked where Sam Shaw was. I guess she's interested in Sam Shaw or something. The Bromans and the Beautiful People came out. Well, the Bromans tagged with Velvet Sky to go against the Menagerie, which is still here. Which the match didn't make a lot of sense. I'm surprised they are still here. Whatever the Menagerie is doing. Pretty much the Beautiful People got the win. Velvet Sky hit the roll-up on Rebel to win the match. So the fans were really hot tonight, I gotta say that. They've been chanting anything out of tonight. Kurt Angle came out then, pretty much talking about how he's been doing in TNA, how he's been a director of operations, that someone's trying to doubt, so he's not doing his job, and that's EC3. And he demanded him to come out. And pretty much EC3 talked about him, says about how his aunt went through a table and he wanted vigilante justice he started doing. And he says he said if he doesn't get his demands, he'll take out anybody he can, and he'll take out Kurt Angle. He's taken him out twice before, and then he said he'll take him out again, and he'll never come back. And pretty much Kurt Angle went on to say that he hasn't forgot what happened to him, but he will says he is going to kick his ass, but he's not going to kick his ass today. When he's healthy enough, he'll wrestle him. But then again, he could send him home right now, and he's not going to book him in a wrestling match tonight. Tonight, you're going to go in a street fight, and that's going to go against Rhino. Rhino then went against EC3 in a street fight. Pretty much EC3 had a suit on. It was pretty much a good match. I'll say that EC3 picked up the win, hitting that the 1%er. I believe that, even though it's Dean Ambrose's move, the 1%er on the chair on Rhino since he dodged the gore. So it was good street fight, I'll say that. Kind of quick, but it was alright. EC3 picking up the win, taking him out. The knockouts were out there to see who's going to be on the 2015 knockouts calendar. Angelina Love thought she was going to get it, but JB took back the mic and said the 2015 knockouts calendar winner is Velvet Sky, and she pretty much heard Angelina where she was shocked until Havoc came out then. Havoc came out pretty much. Gail Kim charged at her, but she took out Gail Kim then, and then the Beautiful People threw Brittany at Havoc, and Havoc chokeslammed it in, and then she took the Knockouts title and away. James Storm and the Great Sonata at this compound, wherever the hell this is like at you know, I don't know where the hell they're at. I think they're trying to be the Wyatts now. Why are they trying to be the Wyatt family? I don't know why. But it just doesn't make sense. And they got Manic tied up and talked about he's going to be one of his disciples. And why do you hide behind a mask? And they were tearing off Manic's mask or suicide. And pretty much went after the cameras went away. Now, I don't, so is James Storm really trying to be the Wyatt family now? Or what the hell's up with this? I don't understand it. Or something. Tajiri and Austin Aries went against James Storm, the Great Sonata then. Yeah, Tajiri, he still has a Japanese buzzsaw kicks, kicking the shit out of you, I'll say that. He was pretty much about to hit the mist in his Sonata's face, but no, Sonata hit the mist on him. He tried to hit the mist on him, but he dodged it. Tajiri hit the tarantula then, and James Storm came in, spit beer in his eyes, and Sonata kicked him, and it was over then. So it was a good match. I'm not going to keep Tajiri around. Havoc and Gail Kim were still brawling in the back since she was hunting for her title. They brawled outside the ring, and security came in, and then pretty much Havoc destroyed two security guard guys, choke slamming them. Team 3D versus the Hardys versus the Wolves. Tables match. Oh, what? Once again, another hell of a series this match is going into. This tag team series is nuts. I gotta say it, it's going all over the place. The Hardys, the Wolves, Team 3D. I gotta say, the crowd, like I said before, the crowd has really been hot tonight for TNA, I'll say that. Because we are headed still into Bound for Glory. It's coming soon. So people need to watch out for that. Yeah, because we got me in Japan. But this was pretty much another good match, tables match. Jeff Hardy kicking the hell out of a table. But he was able to pick up the one with the Swanton Bomb through Eddie Edwards to the outside of the ring. And pretty much after they won, now they get to pick their match. And since they are the Masters of the Ladders, next time, wherever the next match will be, it'll be a ladder match. We've seen the Masters of the Tables. Now we're going to see the Masters of the Ladders. So next week it's going down. Pay-per-view also. No Surrender. Bobby Roode versus Bobby Lashley for the World Heavyweight Championship. Homicide versus Samoa Joe for the X Division title. Knockouts brawl to see who will be #1 contender for the Knockouts title. So pretty much a good show tonight. I don't know when they're gonna do this ladder match, but it's next week, so it's going down. I say this: the Hardys are back again. Ladder, the Masters of Ladders, ladder time. And I guess we can also say Kurt Angle's contract, it's in 2 weeks. He says he's going to make his decision. I don't know. My opinion, I'm hoping he resigns back with TNA Impact Wrestling for numerous reasons. Other than he won't be able to compete until January. And I gotta say, TNA, they already been laying a lot of stuff on the table for Kurt Angle right now. I don't know if he's with WWE back in that, because we can't really trust Kurt Angle nowadays with DUIs. You know, he's went back to rehab and what he says on Twitter. But I don't know, his decision's supposed to be in 2 weeks. I don't know how it's gonna go down, if he'll go back to TNA or he'll go back to the WWE. But TNA needs all they can get right now, because I'll tell you this right here, Japan, Bound for Glory, they're going to have to put out all the stops. This is your biggest pay-per-view, okay, in Japan. So they cannot fail. There's been enough problems in this company as it is already. But can they rise up to the occasion? I'm hoping so. You may really need Kurt Angle to stick around for Bound for Glory if you ask me. And I guess we could also say rest in peace to Sean Haire, 43 years old. Unfortunately, he committed suicide, what I read. Very shocked about his death. So young, he committed suicide. I heard he was going through a deep depression, I read about. It was very hard, like, man, like, this guy was doing a devil's advocate thing back on SmackDown years ago, and, you know, him and Roddy Piper, one of the last WCW Tag Team Champions, and part of the Natural Born Thrillers and everything, so very shocking to hear about his death that he committed suicide, because a lot of people either thought it was going to be an overdose on something, or it was suicide, but he was found dead in his home about, I believe, it was a red rope tied around his neck. So it was very bad what happened to him. So rest in peace to Sean Haire. But I'm out of here. See you guys later. Once again, you know it's me, the HWLD, coming with the news reviews. You know what I am, you know what I do. The show, here to go. We're going today. Stay intact. And now we're done this review of TNA Impact. See you guys next week. No surrender. Hardys.